party, a cart, a gutty, a bunch, a gutty, a buck, a cow, a day, a link, a big party, a cart, a gutty, a daddy, a mate, a Johnny, a Moni, Nalagi, Narange, Nalupe, Naleke, a cardamom, a buttermon, a kanji, a leke, Nammo, 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 Udari, Nammo, a party, Nammo, 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 Kariya, Nammo, 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 Nammo.
I love that lady. She is so great. Her name is Krishna Kaur. It's like Kundalini jazz soul music. It's so great. Welcome, everyone, live from Archer Shaw Temple here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Good morning, and welcome to Merkaba Temple Online. And wherever you are joining us from today, across oceans, time zones, heartbreaks, healings, or entirely new beginnings, you are welcome here.
We invite you to exhale, to soften a little, to let your nervous system know that for the next hour or so, you do not have to perform, you do not have to prove anything, you do not have to arrive spiritually polished. You are allowed to simply be here.
Merkaba Temple is an interspiritual sanctuary. That means we honor wisdom wherever wisdom reveals itself. Through Kashmir Shaivism, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, mysticism, earth-based traditions, silence, music, nature, love, and direct experience. We are not here to tell people what they must believe, but we are here to create sacred space where people can reconnect to what is real for them.
And today's service is called The Many Faces of Love. This is a teaching in 3 movements. Today we are exploring agape, self-love, and presence. Not simply as ideas, but as living experiences that have the power to transform the way we relate to ourselves, to each other, and to life itself.
Because the truth is, most people have heard the word love their entire lives without ever being taught how vast it actually is. In English, we use one word to describe romance, friendship, devotion, compassion, desire, grief, God, and the mystery that holds the entire universe together. And yet all of those experiences carry different textures, different invitations, different forms of transformation.
So today is not just a conversation about romantic love, it is about the love that heals, the love that softens shame, the love that allows us to stop abandoning ourselves and reminds us that beneath all of the noise, beneath all of the fear, beneath all of our striving, we were never separate from the divine to begin with.
So wherever you are this morning, whether you're grieving, celebrating, healing, questioning, or simply trying to make it through another week, we hope that this service becomes a place where your heart can breathe again.
So let us take a deep breath together. Inhale and release. Once again, inhale and release. One more time together. Inhale and release as we enter this sacred space together.
We begin, as we always do, by tuning the field, by stepping out of the noise, the pressure, and the roles we've been carrying and returning to something deeper.
Each service, we begin with the Adi mantra, Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. It means I bow to the infinite creative consciousness, the wisdom, the divine teacher within and without.
And today, as we enter into this teaching on love, we remember that love is not merely emotion. Love is presence. Love is awareness. Love is the force that reconnects us to what is most true.
The teacher we bow to is not outside of us. It is the wisdom already alive within your own heart, the awareness beneath the fear, the stillness beneath the noise, and the part of you that has always known you are worthy of love.
So as we chant today, allow yourself to soften. Allow yourself to arrive, not as a version of you that has to perform, but as a version of you that is willing to be present.
Let the sound do the work. Let it open something, soften something, and remember something. We will take 3 deep breaths together, and on the 4th breath, we will chant Ong Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. If you know it, sing along, and if you don't, that's perfectly okay. Just listen, breathe, and join in when you are ready. We begin by rubbing our hands together, activating the left and right hemispheres of the brain, bringing them into coherence, building that fire, that energy. Pause, bringing the thumbs to the sternum, hands to the heart center, taking a deep breath in and release. Once again, deep breath in and release. Deep breath in and release. Receive the breath to begin. Om. Divine light, in us, through us, and as us, we gather here today not as strangers, but as souls longing to remember what is most true. For some, this week has been hard. For others, it's been beautiful. And for many, both of those at the same time. And yet, here we are, breathing together, seeking together, opening together. Today, we enter into the mystery of love, not the performance of love, not the fantasy of love, but the deeper truth beneath it. The love that holds us even when we forget ourselves. The love that remains when the masks fall away. The love that asks us to soften, to listen, to become fully present to this one precious life. May every person joining us today feel something real, something honest, something healing. May those carrying grief feel comfort. May those carrying shame feel tenderness. May those exhausted by striving remember they do not have to earn their belonging. May this space become a sanctuary where hearts can open safely, truth can rise gently, and love can be experienced not merely as an idea, but as a living presence. We offer this service to the healing of all of humanity, to the awakening of consciousness, and to the remembrance that beneath all division, we belong to each other. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen,
Amen.
Aho,
Aho.
Ashe,
Ashe.
and so it is.
And so it is. Welcome everyone. Our mantra today is Om Mani Padme Hum. The words can be found in the chat. This is one of the most beloved mantras in the Buddhist tradition. often translated as the jewel is in the lotus. But like all sacred mantras, its deepest meaning is not something you think about. It is something we align to. It is something we feel.
This mantra carries the frequency of compassion, of awakening, of the heart opening gently rather than forcefully. It reminds us that even in the middle of suffering, beauty can emerge, wisdom can emerge, and love can emerge.
The lotus flower grows from the mud. It's not separate from it, though. And in many ways, that's our human journey. We do not become loving by avoiding pain. We become loving by allowing even our pain to transform us.
So as we chant today, allow compassion to move through you. Compassion for yourself, compassion for the people that you love, compassion for the parts of your life that are still unfolding. You do not have to force anything open. Just breathe and let the mantra carry you.
If you know the mantra, please sing with us. If not, simply listen and receive and allow the vibration itself to become part of the meditation. Om Mani Padme Hum. Here we go.
Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum.
Beautiful. Just take a breath and notice what's present now, what has softened, what has opened, what has become quieter inside. Today's mantra comes from the Buddhist tradition, and here at Merkaba Temple, we honor the wisdom streams of many paths. Because truth, has always been spoken through many voices, many cultures, and through many lineages.
Christopher and I follow the Siddha Yoga lineage, a path rooted in meditation, self-realization, devotion, and the awakening of inner consciousness. At the heart of that lineage is Bhagavan Nityananda of Ganeshpuri, a great Indian sage whose presence and teachings continue to impact seekers all over the world.
For us, Guru Nityananda represents something beyond religion. He is a living transmission of stillness, of love, and of direct experience of the divine. His teachings were often incredibly simple, but carried immense depth. Again and again, he pointed people back to the same truth. God is within you. Truth is within you. The light you are seeking is within you.
And each week at Merkaba Temple, we share a short channel transmission inspired by that lineage, not as dogma, but as contemplation, as an invitation inward. So wherever you are joining us from today, take a breath, open your heart, and receive what resonates. Jacob will now read this week's transmission from Guru Nityananda of Ganeshpuri.
Jacob, can you hear us? We can't hear you.
Yes, sorry, brothers. Children, so many of you are tired, not because life has defeated you, but because you have spent so much energy trying to become worthy of love. You tried to earn it through achievement, through spirituality, through perfection, through caretaking, through becoming what others needed you to be. And still, the heart remains hungry. Listen carefully. Love is not something the divine withholds from you. Love is what you are made of. The river does not need permission to flow. The sun does not need permission to shine. And you do not need permission to exist as an expression of God. Be simple. Breathe. Sit quietly sometimes. Watch the mind without obeying every voice inside it. Love the person in front of you. Tell the truth when truth is difficult. Forgive yourself for how long it took to learn. And stop abandoning your own heart while searching for heaven. Heaven is not far away. It begins the moment you become fully present to this life. The divine is not absent from the world. The divine is looking through your eyes now. The purpose of the path is not to become spiritual. It is to become available. Available to grace. Available to truth. Available to love. Remain open, even now, especially now. Om Guru Om, Jai Guru.
Jai Guru, thank you, Jacob. There's something sacred that happens when teachings move beyond the mind and enter the heart through music. Throughout history, every spiritual tradition has understood this. There are truths that cannot be spoken directly, only sung, felt, and remembered. And so before we move in today's teaching, we open the space even further through sacred music. Allow this next offering to wash over you, to soften something, to awaken, remind you that love is not merely something we think about, it is something we experience. Roy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Eyal. I want love, but it's impossible. A man like me, so irresponsible. A man like me is dead in places. Other men feel liberated, and I can't love shot full of holes. Don't feel nothing, I just feel cold. Don't feel nothing, just so dark. Something around my heart, but I want love, just a different kind. I want love, won't break me down, won't break me up, won't fence me. And I want love that don't mean a thing. That's the love I want. I want love. I want love on my own terms. After everything I've ever done, I carry too much baggage. Oh man, I've seen so much traffic, but I want love, just a different kind. I want love, don't break me down, don't break me up, won't fence me in. I want love that don't mean a thing. That's the love I want. I want love. Bring it on. I've been bruised. Don't give me love that's clean and true. I'm ready for the rougher stuff. No sweet romance, I've had enough. A man like me is dead in places. Other men liberated, but I want love, just a different kind. I want love, won't break me down, won't break me up, won't fence me. I want love, that's no thing. That's all I want. I want love.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Roy. I love that song.
That was my first time hearing it. I love
That
it
was so
too.
beautiful. Oh, he even got a sweet kiss from Sapphire. I love it. Love is in the air today, everyone. Thank you so much. Just take a moment and notice what's present in you now. Oh, man, music has a way of opening places words alone cannot reach. And today's teaching moves directly into that territory, the territory of the heart. Because love is one of the most spoken about experiences in human life, and yet perhaps one of the least understood. In English, we use one word to describe romance, friendship, devotion, grief, desire, compassion, and God. But love wears many faces. And each form of love asks us something different. Today's teaching explores three of those sacred forms: agape, self love, and presence. And there is truly no one I would rather have delivered this teaching today than my beloved intergalactic husband, my lover, my mirror, and my co-creator in this work, Aeon.
Oh, it's so sweet. Thank you.
Please open your hearts, baby, for today's teaching, The Many Faces of Love.
All right. First, I want to say welcome to Tom, Tara, Pamela. Nice to see you. Ian, Haro, David. So happy that you're all here this Sunday. Dad, glad that you're here too. I'm super excited about today's teaching. All right, let's begin with a little bit of prayer. Holy One, known by 1,000 names and beyond all naming, we gather today in the spirit of love. Not because we have it all figured out, but because we are willing to open, willing to receive, willing to be changed by what love has to teach us. Breathe through us today. Let every word spoken land where it needs to land. Let every heart in this room feel, even for a moment, that it is held, that it belongs, that it is already and has always been beloved. We dedicate this time to truth, to beauty, and to the love that was here before we arrived and will remain long after we are gone. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is. So in English, like Christopher said, we use one word, love. We say it to our partners, we say it to our dogs, we say it to pizza, and we say it to God. And somehow we expect that one little word to carry the weight of the entire human experience. But love is not just one thing. Love is a living universe. It changes form. It changes temperature. It changes what it asks of you depending on where you are in your life. The ancient Greeks knew this. They had at least 6 different words for love, because they understand that the love you feel for a stranger that you feed at 2 a.m. is not the same as the love that makes your chest ache when someone finally, truly sees you. And today I want to take us on a journey through 3 of the most transformative forms of love. Not to give a lecture, but to celebrate them. Because love, in all its forms, is the most radical force in the universe. And I believe, as human beings, we are here because we are willing to be changed and shaped by that force. Now, the Christian tradition gives us this word agape. And 1 John chapter 4, verse 8 says it as plainly as anything has ever been said. Whoever does not love does not know God, for God is love. Not God has love, not God gives love, God is love. Life is love. God is love. That means love is not a reward. It is not something you earn when you get your act together. Love is the very nature of the divine. It is your very nature. And agape is the name for the kind of love that flows from that nature. It is unconditional. It is not transactional. It does not keep a ledger or a scorecard. And it does not love you because you earned it. And it does not stop loving you when you fall. The Sufi poet Rumi put it this way: your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Now, that landed differently when I first read it because I had spent so much of my life trying to perform my way into being loved, trying to organize my life into being loved, trying to figure out what love meant for me, oftentimes through extreme sexual behaviors, through drug addiction. All of these things were like this search of trying to understand what love was, trying to be good enough, spiritually enough, healing enough. And Rumi is saying that love is already here. It is already the ground beneath your feet. Your work is simply to just stop blocking it. Now, I want to tell you about some of the moments in my life when I have actually felt agape. Not thought about it, not read about it, but genuinely felt it. For me, it happens oftentimes in prayer, or in meditation, or in ceremony. Even a moment ago when we were doing the Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, like and my hands were on my heart, like I could see this beautiful green, because the heart chakra is green, this beautiful green flower with all these petals just circling alive inside of me. And, I'm guilty of reading too much news. And so, and sometimes it's like, how do you see the love in all of the chaos? How do you see the love in all of the suffering in the world? And when I'm in meditation, I'll sit there and I will just, what I like to do actually is I bring to mind a woman who I loved so dearly, which was my grandmother. And we shared a really special kind of love. And so I'll imagine my grandmother and I'll feel this warmth in my heart space, remembering either a moment that we shared, the way she used to look at me, the way I looked at her, a joke she would always tell, because it's really easy for me to feel that love. I understand that love. I have a direct experience with the kind of love that we shared. And then in that moment, I'll have her love in my heart, the love that we shared, and then I'll let her dissolve, but the feeling, the sensation will remain. And so no longer is that love tied to a specific experience. It is a direct experience that I'm holding in my heart space. And then I'll start to expand that sensation out to all the corners and the edges of my body. And then I'll expand that sensation to fill the room that I'm in, to engulf everyone that's in the room around me. And then I'll expand that sensation out to the community, out to the country I'm in, out to the entire world, and hold space. It's simply holding space with compassion for everything, without judgment. That, for me, is agape. That, for me, is allowing everyone to play their character that they're in, regardless of what my personal opinion is of them or of their choices, including a certain president I'm not going to name. As whether I agree with what happens or not, I still hold space for compassion and love for that person. And there's a moment, and if you have ever gone deep enough in those practices, you may know what I'm talking about, where something inside of you shifts. The noise inside of you gets quiet. And I don't mean quiet like sleepy quiet. I mean, like I said, quiet like vast. Like I recognize in those moments that I have the capacity to hold space for everything. Not just for the people I love, not just for my community, but for everything. For the person who hurt me, for the version of myself I'm most ashamed of, for the strangers I will never meet, for the whole aching, beautiful, broken world. Every feeling of discontent evaporates. Every distortion, every anxiety, every fear dissolves. Not suppressed, not being managed, literally dissolves. And the only thing that is left in those moments is gratitude. This overwhelming, almost embarrassing gratitude just for the chance to be alive, to be present for it, to be capable of having that relationship with love. For the fact that I get to exist, that I get to breathe, that I get to feel. And I look around, whether I'm in ceremony or sometimes it happens when I'm simply watching the sun go down over the water, and I recognize something. Everything I am looking at, everything that I'm looking at, is simply an expression of God. The light on the water, the person beside me, the grief I've carried, the joy I have not yet let myself fully experience, all of it, every single piece of my life in the world is sacred. And here is what I want to say directly. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe it did not happen in ceremony. Maybe it happened on a long walk when you forgot to be anxious. Maybe it happened in the quiet after a hard cry. I know that's certainly happened for me. Maybe it happened the moment you held someone you love and felt, just for a second, that everything was exactly as it should be. Maybe you've touched this feeling and never even had a name for it. Today, I want to give you a name. And that name is agape. It's not a feeling you earn by being good enough, not a state you achieve by having your life together. It has always been here. And here is why I want to celebrate that today, because agape does not wait for you to be ready. It does not wait for you to have your theology straight, your life together, or your trauma resolved. It meets you exactly where you are. And it says, you are already the beloved. Now, here's where it can get a little complicated, because most of us were taught either in church or in our family or in our culture that loving yourself is selfish, that it's vanity, that the truly spiritual person empties themselves out for others. But I want to offer you a different reading, because in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18, the commandment says, love your neighbor as yourself. As yourself. Not instead of yourself, not more than yourself, but as yourself. So it's self-love leads to love of others. The commandment assumes self-love is the baseline. You cannot give what you do not have. And the Buddhist tradition opens every loving kindness practice, the metta, by directing compassion inward first. Before the loved one, before the neutral person, before the difficult person, you begin always by loving yourself. Because a river cannot hydrate a desert if its own source has dried up. Self-love is not narcissism, endless navel-gazing, putting yourself above others. Self-love is telling the truth about what you need. Self-love is honoring your limits without shame, refusing to abandon yourself to keep the peace, treating your own mind, your own body with the same tenderness you would of someone you deeply cherish. And here's the radical part, the part that I find genuinely worth celebrating. Every time you choose yourself with integrity, you become more capable of choosing others with integrity. Self-love is not the opposite of devotion. Self-love is devotion. It is devotion to the truth of who you are. As the writer and teacher Audre Lorde said, caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation. And that is an act of political warfare. She was talking about survival in a world that did not always want her to thrive. And I believe that, in and of itself, is holy. So far we have covered agape, love that asks nothing back. We've covered self-love, love that begins at home. And now I want to talk about what I believe is love in its most distilled, most potent, most available form. Presence. The Psalms say, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still. Not be productive, not be impressive, not be healed or resolved or figured out. Simply be still. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Buddhist teacher, wrote this: the most precious gift we can offer anyone, the most precious gift we can offer anyone is our attention. Not our advice, Not our solutions, not our theology, our attention. Because here is the thing about love that I think we often forget, especially in communities that are very good at doing things for each other. Love is not primarily an action. Love is a quality of being. In presence is love made visible in real time. So when you put down your phone and truly listen to someone else who's struggling, that is love. When you sit in stillness and let life be exactly as it is without running from it, that is love. When you make eye contact with someone who feels invisible, that is love. The Quakers have a beautiful phrase for this: attending to the light in one another. And it's interesting because when you give someone, you see the light. When you give someone eye contact, you see the light. It's there. It's the same light that's in you. But you're not fixing the light. You're not managing the light. You're not performing around the light. You are attending it. You're acknowledging it. You're giving it your attention. So today we celebrate 3 faces of love. And there are many others, but the 3 we celebrate today are agape, the love that is the very nature of God and is already yours. Self-love, the love that is not selfish, but is the source from which all other love flows. And presence, the love that asks only that you show up fully to this one moment, within this one life, in this one body. You do not have to earn any of this. You are already living inside the greatest love story ever told. May you feel it today. May you believe it even a little more than you did when you got on here today. And may you go out and offer some piece of it to someone who has forgotten that they too are loved. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is. Christopher will now lead us in a guided meditation to embody this teaching. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. All right. Let us gently close our eyes and begin by taking a slow, deep breath in through the nose and an even slower exhale. Again, breathing in and letting go. One more deep breath in. Allowing the body to soften just a little more. Feeling the chair beneath you. Feeling the ground supporting you. Noticing that in this moment, there is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to become. Now bring your awareness to the center of your chest, your heart space. Not the idea of the heart, but the felt experience of it. Maybe it feels open. Maybe guarded. Maybe tender. Maybe tired. Maybe peaceful. Maybe aching. Whatever is there, let it be there. No fixing. No forcing. Just awareness. And now imagine a soft golden light beginning to glow in the center of your heart. Warm, gentle, alive. Not coming from outside of you, but emerging from within. And with each breath, that light becomes a little brighter, a little warmer, a little more expansive. And silently repeat within yourself, I do not have to earn love. Again, I do not have to earn love. Now allow that golden light to radiate throughout the entire body, expanding into the chest, the shoulders, the belly, the throat, face, arms, hands, legs, and feet, filling every part of you with warmth and compassion. And now bring to mind the version of yourself that has struggled the most. The version of you that felt rejected, afraid, ashamed, unworthy, alone. Not to relive the pain, only to witness. And imagine sitting beside that version of yourself now. No judgment, no fixing, just presence, just love. And silently say to them, you never had to become someone else to be worthy of love. You were always worthy. Now allow your younger self, that hurting self, that striving self, to dissolve gently into the light within your heart. And now let the boundaries between you and life soften. The breath breathing itself. The heart beating itself. Awareness, simply aware. Feel the people around you. Feel this community. Feel this shared humanity. Every person wanting love. Every person carrying pain. Every person trying in their own way to come home to themselves. And from the center of your beautiful heart, silently offer these words. May all beings be loved. May all beings be safe. And may all beings remember their belonging. Take one final deep breath in and slowly exhale. Gently bringing your awareness back into the room, back into your body, back into this moment. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and come back to this place. Welcome back, family. A simple trick. If you're ever feeling like you have some blocks in your heart chakra, just imagine your heart is breathing in and out of your heart. It will really open up that heart center anytime, any day, opening the heart. Aeon will now lead us in today's offering.
Yay.
Come back, come back.
Ah,
Welcome back.
thank you. Great meditation. All right, everyone. Before we close today's service, we want to take a moment to speak honestly about sacred exchange. Because spaces like this do not exist accidentally. They exist because people choose to support them. Every week, people from all over the world gather here together to breathe, to heal, to reconnect, and to remember that you are not alone. And what we are building together through Merkaba Temple is far more than content. It is sanctuary. In a world that often feels loud, fragmented, transactional, and spiritually exhausted, we are creating a space rooted in presence, truth, love, and genuine human connection. And like every sacred space throughout history, it requires energy to sustain it. Your giving helps support our Zoom platform, our technology, music, teachings, community gatherings, scholarship support, future retreats, and the continued growth of this temple and its mission throughout the world. But more importantly, giving is not just about supporting us. Giving transforms the giver. Because every act of conscious generosity declares something powerful to the universe. I believe in love enough to invest in it. And one of the deepest spiritual truths we have learned is this: what you nourish grows. What you participate in deepens. What you support with sincerity begins to transform you too. So, if this community has touched your life, if these teachings have supported you, if this space has helped you feel less alone, more open, more connected, we invite you to give today. Not from pressure, not from guilt, but from gratitude, from reciprocity, from sacred participation. No offering is too small, and for those who are able to give abundantly, your generosity truly helps make this space possible for others around the world. So you can give at merkabatemple.com/donate or via Venmo at Merkaba Temple. Thank you so much for helping us build something beautiful together. Thank you for believing in this sacred space, and thank you for being part of this living temple.
Thank you so much. I'd also like to extend our gratitude to RH in Los Angeles, who recently donated $500 to the Merkaba Retreat Scholarship Fund. We are so grateful. If you're interested in applying for scholarship to attend one of our retreats, you can find the scholarship page on the Merkaba Retreats website. Thank you, RH. Amazing. We're also rebuilding the scholarship fund. As I shared a few weeks ago, our scholarship fund had been depleted, and we have many people that are interested in coming, but they're not financially able to pay the full fee. So your donation to the scholarship fund actually helps people totally heal and transform their lives, and that money goes directly to them. So before we close today, we'd like to share something honestly and transparently with everyone. After a lot of reflection and conversation, we have made the difficult decision to cancel the June Colorado Immersion Retreat. And we want to be real with you. We are shocked and genuinely surprised that we were not able to fill it, because every person who has attended these retreats has experienced profound transformation. The feedback has been extraordinary, the healing has been extraordinary, and the depth of connection has been extraordinary. And yet, we were unable to fill the retreat in the way that we had hoped.
And rather than pretending otherwise, we want to bring our community into the conversation. Because Merkaba Temple and Merkaba Retreats are not corporate projects backed by large organizations or marketing teams. They are living, grassroots, heart-led offerings built through devotion, service, courage, and community. Merkaba Retreats has now been alive for about 18 months, and Merkaba Temple has been gathering online together every Sunday since last August. Every teaching, every service, every prayer, every meditation, every retreat has been built through love, commitment, and faith.
And what we're learning very clearly right now is that if this work is truly going to grow, we cannot do it alone. We genuinely need your help, not just financially, but relationally, through word of mouth, through sharing, through invitations, through telling people about our services, through talking about your experiences, through helping us reach the people who are looking for spaces exactly like this. Because the reality is, most people discover communities like this through someone they trust.
And we also want your feedback, honestly. If you have thoughts about what would help these retreats feel more accessible, what messaging resonates, what confuses people, what excites people, or what might help us better communicate the value of this work, we would truly love to hear from you. Because we know these experiences are powerful. We have witnessed lives changed, relationships heal, people reconnect to themselves in profound ways. And we believe deeply in this mission.
At the same time, this shift also opens something new. So with the first Colorado retreat no longer happening, we do have the second one in August, and there are still spaces available. We now have additional space available for private immersions and retreats here in PV. And honestly, guys, Puerto Vallarta is magical this time of year. It's slower, it's softer, it's more spacious. These private immersions are deeply personalized experiences for individuals, couples, your chosen family, leaders, creatives, and people navigating major life transitions. They include ceremony, meditation, nervous system reset, spiritual guidance, deep conversation, rest, integration, and reconnection to what matters most.
So if you have been feeling called toward deeper work, this may actually be the perfect time. Flights are by far a lot cheaper.
So cheap.
And if you believe in what we are building, please help spread the word. Invite people to the temple services, share the replay videos, share posts, tell friends, talk about your experiences, because every single person here matters more than you probably realize. And communities like this only grow through human connection.
So thank you, everyone, for walking this path with us. Thank you for believing in the sacred space. Thank you for believing in healing. Thank you for believing in love. And thank you for helping us continue building this temple together. So let's take a deep breath, as we love to do here at Merkaba Temple, and gently return to stillness as we close in prayer. Divine light in us, through us, and as us, we thank you for this gathering today. Thank you, every heart that showed up here, open, tired, hopeful, healing, searching, and willing. Thank you for the reminder that love is not something we must chase endlessly outside of ourselves, but something we can return to again and again within. May we leave the space today more present, more compassionate, more honest with ourselves, and more gentle with one another. May those carrying grief feel comfort. May those carrying anxiety feel peace. And may those carrying shame remember their innocence. And may those who have forgotten their worth remember that they have always been worthy of love. Help us carry this frequency into the week ahead, into our relationships, our families, our communities, into the strangers we meet, and into the moments where it's hardest to stay open. Teach us how to love more courageously. Teach us how to listen more deeply. Teach us how to remain human in a world that often encourages disconnection. And may Merkaba Temple continue to grow, not only as an online gathering, but as a living field of healing, presence, truth, and sacred belonging throughout the world. We offer gratitude for every person here today, for every visible and invisible hand supporting this work, and for the mystery of life itself. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is.
Let us seal today's service by singing The Longtime Sun, followed by Sat Nam. The words can be found in the chat.
May the long time sun shine upon
you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May your long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Yeah. Guide your way on. Do 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 May your long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satnam, everybody.
Hands together, heart center for Satnam.
Satnam. Truth is our identity. One more time.
Satnam, everyone. Truth is
Jaya,
our identity.
Jaya, Gopala, Jaya.
All right. It's so good to be with all of you today. Thank you for showing up, for bringing your attention, your presence, and your willingness to be here fully. What we experience today doesn't end here. It moves with you into your conversations, your relationships, your decisions, and your life. We'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the ones who help hold this space each week. Our Horizon Council, Roy, Jacob, and Sapphire. Thank you for your steadiness, your care, and the devotion you bring into this field. This temple stands because of that kind of service. If you have time, we'd like to invite you to stick around for fellowship afterwards so we can all talk. And if you're moving on with your day, go well. Stay close to what you felt here. Trust it and let it guide you. We will see you again soon. So,
Walk in light, walk in love, and remember, we are all one. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is, and so it shall remain.